Jose Kelly, and this is part 3 of my explosion box tutorial. And I want to apologize for taking so long on this tutorial. I was busy doing Mother's Day projects, and also my daughter Tessie is having a birthday this weekend, so this is taking me longer than usual. But here we are, ready to do our part 3. So as we left off last time, we finished completing this pop-up pocket fold, and so this is that, and then I'm still gonna cover these pages, and I went ahead and completed the other side as well as the other side of my accordion pocket. I haven't done any tags for the inside yet. We will do that later, but now we're gonna go ahead and start on our 4x4 base. So let me move this to the side for now. And I do want to say, so last time I said we were going to use a 12x12 sheet and cut it in this shape to do our 4x4 box. But I'm going to change my plan. I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to start a new one, and I will show you why. So I'm going to grab a 12x12 piece, and I'm going to score at 4, okay, and at 8, and again I'm gonna turn it around and score at 4 and at 8, and then I'm gonna grab my scissors and I'm gonna cut. Instead of cutting the whole square out like I did before, I'm gonna cut just this segment like that, and I'm gonna turn it around and cut this segment just along the score line as best as you can, and again turn it around. I'm not cutting this out, I'm gonna cut this one and one more time. And the reason for this is that way I will have like an opening, like a card opening. So I'm gonna fold this to the side, and then I'm gonna fold this one to this side, and then I'm gonna fold this one to this side, and lastly I'm gonna do this one to this side. So now instead of having this shape, I mean you can also work with this, but you won't have that opening. So now we have that extra layout of opening as I had on my original box. So what you're gonna do here is add some magnets. So I'm gonna grab 2, and I'm gonna do it for 1, and then you will do the same for all the layouts. So just grabbing a piece of magnet here, and just gonna put it right there, and then I'm gonna grab the other side, and I'm gonna place it like that, and this is going to close, and that's how you have the little opening right there, okay? And you will do the same on the rest of the layouts. Okay, so now I'm gonna cover the paper, the front of the paper, so I can continue. I mean, you will cover the inside as well, but I will do that later. So right now I'm just gonna cover the outside. I'm gonna cut a piece of 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. I'm gonna cut 2 actually. Okay, so these pieces I'm going to go, let's see, which one do I do? I'm gonna continue working on this. So I'm just gonna put this piece right here, and let's see, you know me, I like just thinking the sides a little bit. Okay, so you're gonna just do that really quick. Okay. Okay, so then I'm just gonna add this multi-face paper right there. And just remember, everything should be facing your center. You don't want to put it upside down. So here we go. So we're gonna start with these two, and you're gonna do the same here. But now I'm gonna work on the layouts for these two sides. So I'm gonna grab another piece of cardstock, and I'm gonna cut it 3 inches along the long side. So I'm gonna use 2, and I'm gonna cut it at 9 inches. So they're 3 by 9. Okay, so 3 by 9. And I'm gonna score at 3, and I'm gonna score at 6. So here we go, score at 3, score at 6, and I'm gonna do the same. So I'm doing these 2 times. Okay, so and then this is gonna go like an accordion, just like that, and I will do the same for this one. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab some ribbon. Actually, I'm just gonna do 1 ribbon, and I'm gonna just glue it on the center, just like that. Okay, so I also like to add some tape so it's really strong. Okay, so then you're gonna have this, and these, let me cut this out. Okay, so this is gonna go on your layer, just like that, very simple. This is gonna go right here, and so this is gonna open up like that, and I'm just gonna take away this tape. 1 and 2, and add some more glue. Okay, so we add it right on the center, like that. And then these are 3 by 3s, so you're just gonna cover your papers using 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So I'm gonna do the same on this other side. Okay, so now for the waterfall, I'm gonna cut 3 pieces of 2 1/4. Okay, so this is gonna be 2 1/4, and now I'm gonna need 2 1/4. So there are 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 little squares. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so you have those 3 pieces. And I'm also going to need another piece of 2. So this is already a 2 by 5 1/2. Okay, 2 by 5 1/2. So you have this little piece right here. And now I'm just going to score this piece I will score at half, at 1, and at 1.5. Okay, so then I'm just gonna fold it. I'm folding all on the same direction, okay? So I'm folding this one, and this one. And I'm just gonna grab my little 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and I'm gonna glue the first score line, and I'm just gonna add it. Okay, right there. And then I'm gonna do the same on the second score line, and I'm gonna add the second piece, and then the same for the third score line. Okay, so now I have my little tiny waterfall base. Okay, now I'm going to cut 3 little pieces of 2 by 2. So get that out. So 2 by 2. 2. I'm actually gonna use different papers. Let me see. So I'm gonna use some of this one too. So you need 3, but keep in mind you need 6 because you're doing both sides. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut 6 of these. So I need 1 more. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is just cover your little waterfall. So you want to cover it before you put it together. It's much easier that way. So there's 1. I'm just gonna use this little emoji guy. 2, and there's number 3. Okay, you will do the same for the other one. And then this paper also I'm going to cover. So I'm just gonna look for some of my scraps. And let's see. Okay, so just try to use your scraps first before you cut a new sheet of paper. I mean, at least that's what I try to do as much as I can. See, perfect. So I'm just gonna trim this a little bit here, and I'll probably use the whole length, maybe a little bit. Okay, so let's do that. So I'm taking just a little bit out here and just a little bit out right there. And this will fit right there. Okay. And that'll go right here. Okay. Alright. So now we have this little part done. And then I'm just going to grab a piece of my scraps. And I'm gonna cut it at, let's see, this is gonna be right here. So I'm gonna cut it at 1 by, let's say 3 3/4, okay? So I'm gonna cut this at 3, because this is right here too. So 3 3/4 is probably too much. So I'm gonna cut this at 3.5, 3.5 by 1. And I'm gonna need 2 pieces for the other one. And this piece is gonna go right here. So before I do anything to that, I'm going to also cover it with paper. Okay, so I covered my little piece and I'm just gonna put it right here. I'm not gonna glue it yet. I'm just gonna mark 2 little dots where I'm going to make my holes. And then these I'm going to place here where I'm going to place my little tiny waterfall, which is going to be right there. And I'm just going to glue this piece. Keep the hearts to this side. And you just want to put glue on the sides, not on the center. And let's see, if this is going to go here, I want this kind of right there. Okay, and you can just glue it and wait for it to dry. That should be fine. If you want extra, I don't know, support, which you probably don't need because it's such tiny waterfall, but I usually do this for my bigger waterfalls. But if you want, you can go ahead and make a hole and where you put your dots. There's one right there, and there's one right there. And then you're gonna add some brads. And like I said, this is only for extra support. With such tiny waterfall, you probably don't even need that. But anyway, so I'm just gonna add this right here, and then you want to add these before you cover this. That way you can just cover the brads with your paper. Alright, so I'm gonna put this right there. And then I also like to put some tape on the back, like that. And like that. And then you can just cover this, and that should be fine. And then here, you're gonna open it up and insert this right there. And then you grab in your double-sided tape and just put in a little bit right there. Okay, and then we're gonna take this out and we're gonna close these. And when we close this little last piece will stay in place like that. And then when we pull this one out, these are the ones that are gonna be moving. See how easy that was? Not complicated at all. So there you go. If you want, you can add a little piece of lace. You fold it in half and then you glue it on the back of these. I'm just gonna leave mine like this. It's fine for me. Okay, so go ahead and do the same on the other side, and you can also go ahead and finish covering your papers if you haven't done so yet, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my 2 waterfalls completed, and also I covered the outside of this, and I will cover the inside later. And I have a piece of 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 that I am going to add to the center right there. And now we are ready to put our box all together. Actually, I still have to embellish the back, but for the back, what I'm gonna do is just, I mean, you can embellish it the way you want to do it. You could do a pocket like we did for the bigger, for the other sizes. But I'm just gonna add a little bit of lace. Where's my lace? Oh, I lost it. All these things here. Okay, I found it. Sorry about that. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to do kind of like a belly band using my lace. So really I'm just gonna glue this right here and add some tape. Always tape. I like the tape because it just holds it while the glue is drying. So for the back, again, I need a piece of 3 3¾ by 3 3/4. So that and that. Okay, so then I'm just gonna, so this is gonna go right here. So I'm gonna open these. And this is a little bit tricky because you have to make sure that you fold it on the right place, otherwise your lace will be too loose. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just grab another piece of double-sided tape, and I guess it's just gonna go right there. See, this is a tricky part. So I'm just gonna put this tape okay, there you go. I did it. And then all you do is just slide your paper under. Just like so. And you can do the same with an elastic band, or I don't know, a little piece of lace, just whatever you want to use on the back, because this album is not gonna be very, this box is not gonna be very embellished. I'm just gonna add this. But if I was to do like the BB chic that I did, I would put a little bit like a prettier lace. Okay, so you'll do the same for the other ones. And now we can put our box together. So here you have the 6x6 piece. So you're gonna cut a 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 piece for your base. So let me just pick a paper. I think I'm gonna use that one. Okay, so you're just gonna cover it, you know, and we're almost done. So I hope this was a helpful tutorial, and you can always let me know if you have any questions. Okay, so then this is our first base. And then I'm gonna grab the 5x5 box, which is this one. And then I'm just gonna glue the back. Put a lot of glue on this one. Okay, so. And I'm gonna just center it, and there you go. And then this is a 5x5, so you're gonna cut a piece of 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. So I'm just gonna use this one. Okay. Just gonna center that, and now we're ready to add our 4x4 layer. And before you add it, you make sure if you want to do it this way or you want to do it this way. Okay, so I'm gonna do it this way. So you're just gonna glue this in place. So before I glue mine, I'm gonna go ahead and finish all the backs because it will be hard to do once you put it on. And so let me do that. Okay, so I finished covering the back of my 4x4s, I did 2 laces on this side, and then for the back of the other ones, I added a little pocket for both of them, as we did here, just a little bit shorter, so same way. So I have 2 pockets and 2 belly bands, and then all you have to do is add the tags that you will be adding in your pockets, in your bands, and then in your accordion fold. You're also gonna make some tags. So I will do a video showing you my completed project, and also here in the center you can add a little box or you can add a little embellishment. I haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do on my center, but keep in mind, don't do something over embellished, because then you won't be able to flip through your pages as easily. Like probably this one, it will be hard if you have something big here. It will be hard to open this, so just keep that in mind when you add your center. And okay, so if you guys have any questions in regards of this project, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer anything. And like I said, I will complete my project and do a video when I'm done. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.